Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. My name is Stephanie Noble, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Communication for the YMCA of Central New York. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and being part of this webinar, sharing about the important support that we provide for cancer survivors in our community. Before we begin, just a few quick housekeeping notes. Please remain muted during the presentations to reduce background noise. Audrey will be monitoring for that as well. You are welcome to use the chat to share questions or reflections at any time. We'll see if there's time at the end, but if not, please reach out at any point, to the Y, and we can answer any questions at any point, but we want to give our folks, especially our participants, time to talk today. We are recording this session and it will be shared following the webinar. As I mentioned, today's webinar is about the YMCA's cancer survivor programs. These programs are designed to meet people where they are, support recovery, rebuild strength, and foster connection at every stage of survivorship. To get us started, I'm pleased to introduce Kim Leonard, our Director of Community Health, who will start our conversation by sharing why this work matters so deeply at the Y. Kim?
Hi, and I want to start off by saying thank you to everybody for taking the time to join us for this very important webinar today. So the Y's mission is that we recognize that cancer changes lives both physically and emotionally. We are working to empower cancer survivors to build their strength and their confidence. And thanks to generous donors, our Y offers supportive community-centered programs at absolutely no cost to our participants. And our goal is to help survivors and their families regain their quality of life and connect and heal and thrive together in forming a very special community. And so I'm going to take this time to pass it over to Deb, one of our amazing Livestrong coaches.
Thank you, Kim. Good afternoon. I am Deb. I am one of our healthy living coaches. So Livestrong is one of the things that I consider a privilege to work with our participants. For the cancer survivors, I call them our cancer warriors. We offer a 12-week exercise and group support program. It's twice a week. We offer it during the day. And in 2026, we're also going to offer in the evening for those that work, because some individuals still work during their cancer journey. This is for any type of cancer: prostate, lung, breast, ovarian, sinus. We sometimes forget that cancer can attack the body anywhere. So for Livestrong, it's for anybody who has any type of cancer. We focus on improving strength, fitness, and quality of life. Why, Deb? Well, because of chemo and radiation, it takes a lot of wear and tear on your body. For a number of individuals, all they can do is rest in between treatment and as they're trying to rebuild themselves. So we work on leg strength so that they can walk upstairs. We work on flexibility so they can put stuff up in the kitchen cupboard after they go grocery shopping. We help them reclaim who they are now, because who they were is now different. Does that make sense? So we get them to reclaim who they are now through the strength, being able to get out of the chair, being able to get off the commode, helping them to be independent. We also support emotional well-being and community connection. We discuss different topics because as cancer warriors, you tend to keep everything inside. You're going to tell your family and friends that everything is fine, because what else can you say? You are looking at death in the face. So it is an emotional journey. So for them to have a group of individuals who are going through all of this together, you can share things that you might not share with family or friends. This is designed for adults during and beyond cancer treatment. So whether you just got your diagnosis now and would like to join us, or whether it's been 10, 15 years, come on in, we'll take you in. It's a great group. You generally make friends that you still get together years after you have graduated from Livestrong. Again, I am a cancer warrior myself, so I certainly understand the journey. Any members out there that would be interested in joining, or you don't have to be a member, you get the 12 weeks free membership. Any staff who might have a passion to become a healthy living coach, hey, reach out to Kim or myself, or to Sue, who I'm going to switch it to. These are the people that we have had the pleasure to impact, and I have to say they have impacted us the same. All right, I'm moving on to Sue for you guys.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sue Montmany, and I oversee the Lois Hope program. The Lois Hope program is strictly designed for those who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. And this program is supported by the St. Agatha's Foundation. Currently, I have about 165 women, ranges from late 20s all the way up into the 90s, that are participating in this program. This program is a 1-year membership, completely free for those breast cancer survivors, as well as anyone that's providing in their households. So their families, their kids, spouses, significant others. So this program basically is an opportunity to where they can come in and utilize the Y as any other member that we have. There is no restriction to their membership. We only want to see every survivor using the Y to however they see fit in order to help them regain that lifestyle that they had before. So throughout the year, once you are a Lois Hope member, you are always a Lois Hope member. So with that being said, I currently have over 300 people that receive emails from me monthly on our upcoming events, opportunities that they can take part of, and again, just making them that connection. So with that being said, we provide them with opportunities for retreats, art classes, gatherings as far as pickleball, meditation, sound healing, anything that we can bring to them where they can come together as a unit and make those connections and make those bonds that would last a lifetime. So the membership is, we also provide swim lessons for these ladies as well as their families. We provide small group exercise program. We provide art classes, whatever they are interested in. We are going to hope they have the best experience they can at the YMCA. So, and these are just some of the pictures that we've done in the past. And I'm sending it back to Kim. Right.
Would you like to tell us more about the K Center, which is a special space for our cancer survivors?
Yes. So the K Center is located at the Northwest YMCA in Baldwinsville. It is a dedicated space to this program. It has beautiful areas to relax, socialize, exercise, energize, and recharge yourself. It does include a meditation room, a gathering space, and an exercise area. And it is one of the first spaces of its kind in the YMCA nationally. And so here are a few pictures to kind of give you an overview of what the space looks like, but it does not do it justice of what a calming, wonderful space that it is. And so we also recognize that it's not just the programming that we can give to our participants to offer support. We also offer free child watch plus childcare for participants attending appointments or treatment outside of the Y. So typically with child watch, you're able to use the childcare for 2.5 hours while you are in the building. And to be able to leave the building is an absolute privilege with this program because you don't have to worry about who's going to watch your kid while you have a very important appointment for your health care. It allows the families to focus on the wellness and recovery with peace of mind. It is available at multiple Y branches. We also recognize that there is a community that these cancer survivors belong to that is very unique to them. So it helps these survivors connect with others who understand the journey that they're going through. That social support is such a key, huge part of the healing and the long-term wellness, whether it be the group classes that they take together to going out afterwards and having a meal at maybe Panera or some other place, the conversations that they have. That connection really matters because when you're laying awake at night at 2 o'clock in the morning and you have these thoughts running through your head, unless you are someone who is going through that same journey, you're not going to be able to understand. So they have each other to talk to, and can't speak enough to the importance of that.
So now I'd like to introduce Jack Korzip, who has some of our participants with him, both in the room and on the line. And I also just want to share, we do have some additional video that we collected from two other participants, Deborah and Elaine. We are working on editing that, and we'll be sharing it out as a special addendum to this when we share this recording out. So we'll be able to hear from more of our participants as well when we share this out. Jack?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Stephanie. With me today, we have Mike Matson. Livestrong program has impacted their lives personally, and be able to offer some words of encouragement for you all. So we'll actually start with Paul, who's joining us from his home. So, Paul, when you're ready, you can take it away.
Okay, yeah. My name's Paul Jasek. I've been a participant in the Livestrong program for 8 years, and I want to reiterate some of the comments that Deb made, who was one of my former instructors. And she said how cancer changes your life. One of the things I realize is that you never know just how much it is going to change your life. And one of the things I found out is that it changed my life for the better. And one of the main reasons why was the Livestrong program. I was introduced to the program by my wife. She said to go and check it out. And I had misconceptions about what it would actually be. I thought it was going to be just like a gym a gym class where sorry about that. I was going to be a gym class where you just be getting some exercise and that's it. But I have developed relationships with other people. And as Deb also said, is that you are talking with people who can understand what you have gone through. There are things I've been able to say to other participants that I have not been able to say to my own family because they just don't have that depth of understanding of what it's like to be faced with a life and death scenario and then to try to recover from it. Livestrong has been so much to so many people. I have made friends in this program that we see each other and it's like family. We hug each other, we stop, we talk, we chat about anything. And it is just so comforting. And as you age, there are three things that you need to do. You need to stay physically active, mentally active, and socially active. And the Livestrong program provides all three of those. And I'm sure that Mike could agree with what I'm saying because Mike and I have become good friends through the program. And he is just one of the many that I've met. And I could go on for a long time just to talk about the benefits, but I really would like to just pass it off to Mike and to the others just to let them explain some of the things that they've benefited from the program as well.
Thank you so much, Paul. And yes, next we do have Mike.
So Paul just told the whole story. So what else do I got to say? But I about 3.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with advanced stage prostate cancer, and to say that I was shocked is beyond belief. But anyway, I had met Jack McLaughlin. He was my trainer for a couple years before that. Anyway, so one day I was coming into the Y and I'd come up the steps to walk into the room to get on a treadmill and Jack walked out of the workout room where all the Livestrong members were and he said, "Mike, what's going on?" And I said, "Well, Jack, I got prostate cancer." He said, "You know what? You need to come in here and join our Livestrong program." He says, you're gonna, it's something that you could use and it's something that I know you'll benefit from." Jack always he had our best interests at heart and he was a tremendous person. But anyway, um, to me, Livestrong wasn't about exercise and working out. It was about meeting other people who were experiencing the same difficulties I was. And as Paul said, I've made some great friends. I come over here now and work out just to see my friends that I've met in the Livestrong program. Since my diagnosis and since meeting my friends in the Livestrong program, I've gone through 68 radiation treatments. Last summer, I had a fall and I spent 9 weeks in the hospital. And after that, I've come back to the Y and I've seen my friends every time I come in here, and it's just meant the world to me. So, I don't know what else to say about this program. The Y has always been tremendous to me, but this added so much to my life. And one of the things that we can do as members of this program and as with our new friends that we formed, we can talk to each other about what we're going through and those folks understand. And it's to say that it's helpful is beyond belief. So anyway, I'm thankful to be here, thankful to have my friends, and thankful to be a part of the Live Strong program. So there you go.
Thanks so much to both of you for sharing about your experiences. One thing that I think I want to open up to our group to talk about is um, in my role, I've captured the stories of a number of different people who have gone through these programs. Perhaps either Deb or Sue or Kim, maybe you could talk about it. It's quite an age range of folks that come through this program. I know Kim mentioned the Child Watch services and how it sometimes affects families. Could you talk a little bit about, the kinds of folks you see in these programs?
So I'm going to pass that off actually to Sue and Deb since they interact with the members every day.
We'll get close together. They can see both of us. How's that work? I'm trying to think of the different groups I have had. I have been a coach for over 8 years now. I think Sue beats me by a little bit. I like to say I'm younger. We have had ages range from 20-year-olds to who are single, happy to be single, absolutely shocked by the diagnosis, to individuals who are young parents. So on top of all their treatment, they have to be concerned about the health of their children, the emotional well-being of their children, to grandparents, to individuals who don't want to talk about their grandkids. So it's the universe is unique in that over the 8 years that I have done this, the right type of people come together. And you don't control it. It's whoever, wants to meet for that particular session, fills out the registration forms, gets the medical clearance. The universe has always brought the right people together. Even if there's a big difference in ages, they become family to each other. So that's mine. Your turn, Sue.
Well, actually, Sue, I have a specific follow-up question for you, since I think Deb really touched on this. This can impact any age. Sadly, cancer doesn't discriminate with anybody. But Sue, I know in the photos that we shared, there were a number of women pictured, but for breast cancer, that is something that really can affect anybody. And I believe we've had a number of men participate in Lori's Hope and our cancer survivor programs that have gone through this as well. Is that something that you have seen?
Yes, during my time as the coordinator, I have seen a few men come through. Their needs are a little bit different. They are just grateful to have the Y, to allow them to get back some normalcy to their lives. They want to, start building their strength. They want to start feeling like they're in control of something that they have no control of. And I think a lot of these, whether they're men or women, they all feel the same way. They're trying to regain some control over something that they have no control of. And to be able to provide them with that membership for 1 year where they can take care of their family, where they can come back together as a family and do things together as a family and not just have one person with a sickness per se, and just allow them to come together and reconnect whether it's through working out, taking a classes, providing them with camps, going swim lessons, swimming together, many different ways that they come together.
Awesome, thank you. So we do have a few moments left. I just wanted to open it up if anybody who has joined our call right now has any questions for either our staff team or some of our participants. We do have some time for questions, so we'll just pause for a moment and see. You can come right off mute and turn your camera on and ask if you'd like, or feel free to type in the chat.
I'd like to know how you sign up for this. Gee, I guess
Yeah, basically I have the same question as looks like Howard Peckler, but a little more detailed. It sounds like you folks are all at Northwest Beeville location. And what I'll back that up with is I was a participant in Live Strong back, I think it might have been 2012. And then again, I think around 2014 or 15. And I found Live Strong to be really invaluable in my recovery. I had to revisit breast cancer 2 more times. And I tried to sign up last year for Live Strong at a different location. Circumstances beyond their control. They couldn't do the Live Strong program as scheduled. I tried reaching out to them about a week ago and haven't heard anything back. So my question would be, do you sign up for Live Strong and Lori's Hope contacting individual locations? Is there a clearinghouse for, Holly Ave, I think is still a Y, maybe not.
So Gwendolyn, I think I can probably answer those questions for you. So you can actually, we have the program running at multiple branches. So if you are specifically looking, for instance, at the Hal Welsh branch in Fayetteville, you can reach out to the health and wellness director over there and they can get you the packet of paperwork to fill out, plus the medical clearance that you would need to get from your physician to show that they feel you are ready to do this program. I can actually drop my email address into the chat. So this way you can reach out to me directly if you have any questions. And we can also drop Sue's email address into there for anybody who might like to know specifically about Lori's Hope. So hopefully that answered some of your questions.
Thank you.
And there is a question in the chat that do you have programs for men with prostate cancer? And then I think Kim just said, how do we sign up? And our team can follow up. I don't believe we have a specific program for that, but Live Strong, I believe, would support men, folks with all kinds of cancer, but I will let our team follow up on that.
your email address just disappeared. It popped up for a second and disappeared. So
I am retyping that in.
Okay.
So just to read it out, it's K Leonard at ymcacny.org and S Montminy, MONTMINY at ymcacny.org.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then Gwendolyn had a follow-up question wondering if Lori's Hope is only out of Northwest and if our staff team could.
No, is it? Yep, it's okay. Yeah. No, I work through all the branches through Lori's Hope. So I travel to all the branches in the Syracuse location. And I meet with individuals, whatever wise closest to them. So Lori's Hope is offered throughout all of Syracuse.
Okay, can we join at any time? I won't be back in Syracuse until April.
Yeah, for Lori's Hope, you can join at any time.
Okay.
So there is not like a start or end date. It's just whatever that 1 year is based on whenever you start.
Okay, thank you. Very good.
Okay, for those of you interested in registration for Livestrong, North is having a session start on April 2nd. So each branch, we don't start at the same time. We kind of stage out when we're doing our sessions. All right, so if you go to whatever particular branch you're interested in attending the Livestrong program, there should be dates for when the Livestrong program will be starting there. Okay?
So if I call a Fayetteville location, what's the title of the person that I want to ask for?
So
I
you would
may
want
not
to
have
reach out
reached the right
to
person.
Alex, who is the Health and Wellness Director.
Oh, Alex is still?
Yes.
Okay, I will get in touch with her again. Thank you.
And again, anyone is welcome to reach out to me at any time. I'm more than happy to help direct to who you need to go to and which building is running at which date.
And remind me, who are you?
My name is Kim Leonard.
Oh, you're Kim Leonard. Okay.
Yes.
The name stayed the same for everybody. Thank you.
Okay, so as we are getting to our half hour here, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to our speakers, especially our program participants for joining us. Again, we do have additional video from some of our other participants who weren't able to make this call, but we will be sharing that out later on. And again, to our staff for sharing your expertise and passion for these programs. Cancer impacts individuals, families, and entire communities. And we're committed to providing these programs that restore strength, confidence, and hope, both physically and emotionally. How can you help? Well, as we heard on our call, some folks are looking to participate in these programs. So spreading the word to more people to let them know that they are available to our community is a great help. If you are at a place where you can volunteer or provide encouragement to participants, that is always very welcome in our community. And then again, for our folks that have the capacity to donate or connect the Y to supporters that can help sustain these programs for the future, we always appreciate those connections and that support. So we, again, will be sharing this webinar recording shortly and along with those additional videos. But on behalf of the YMCA of Central New York, I want to thank you all again for being part of our webinar today and for providing this meaningful work and joining us. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.